What is going on, everybody? This is your man, Big B, Brian Hanley. Welcome to Steelers Almighty Postgame. Pittsburgh Steelers win first home game of the season. They moved to 3-0, 20-10 over the Los Angeles Chargers. I think I would be the first person to say dominant performance. The Pittsburgh Steelers physically beat up the Chargers. That's right. Physically beat them up. I know everybody was talking about Harbaugh's playing hardball. They're coming in and playing Mike Tomlin ball. They're going to out-Steeler the Steelers. No, they didn't. No, they absolutely did not. Physically whipped them. Whipped them. Look, I don't want to hear, and you're going to hear the excuses, people. Well, Justin Herbig didn't play. Justin Herbig didn't play the fourth quarter. Okay? Stop. Stop the nonsense. And Pittsburgh had already taken the game over by that time. Okay? Oh, by the way, Justin Herbig doesn't play defense. He doesn't. The Steelers had figured it out. Justin Fields, I would venture to say, outside of running, but throwing the football, is this the best game that Justin Fields has ever played in the National Football League? I mean, I get it. He's had a couple of other games where he ran for 160 yards and stuff, but throwing the football, being in control of the offense, is this the best game that he's ever played? I don't know. I don't know. The one thing that I do know, this is his job moving forward. I know that. I know that when Russell Wilson is healthy, if Mike Tomlin were to go back to Russell Wilson, then Mike Tomlin should be fired on the spot. I have no qualms with saying that. If he were to say, well, we're going back to Russell Wilson, as soon as that came out of his mouth, Mike Tomlin should be fired. That ain't happening. We saw what we needed to see. I've been telling you guys, you can call me a prophet because I said it from day one. I wanted Justin Fields to win the job because if he does, he can be the quarterback of the future. Boom. That's all I'm going to say. Now, again, let's not get ahead of ourselves, people. It's 1 week. It's just 1 week. But can't we feel good for this 1 week? You know what I'm saying? As bad as we felt after the game last week, and we felt bad, can we not just feel good this week? I feel like we should just feel good. We should be ecstatic, you know. Again, as always, I want to throw this out there. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, continue to leave those comments. And for Steelers Almighty, we appreciate it. If you want your comment put up on the screen, you know how to do that. Super Chat is the easiest way. It will ensure that you not only get up there, but you jump to the front of the line in front of everybody else that's got comments. So to say that, let's get the party started. Again, Pittsburgh Steelers victorious over the Los Angeles Chargers, 20-10. Good football game. Let's get into some of the details here as far as what we saw. First off, let's start here. Let me get all this stuff pulled up here. Justin Fields, 25 of 32, 245, a touchdown, and a pick. The pick was his fault, threw in the coverage, ball got batted around, but it wasn't a bad pass. It got batted around. But you can blame him. You can blame him. Let's not be that person. Okay? But other than that, a 96 rating, I mean, Justin Fields was magnificent. He was magnificent against a good defense. That's a good defense. Okay? Let's not kid ourselves. That's a good defense. And the Steelers, Justin Fields found a way because running the football until late, I know Najee got 70 yards, but until late, the Steelers really couldn't run it. I mean, he couldn't run the ball. It was like, okay, the Chargers said, you're going to have to throw it to beat us. Well, we threw it to beat them. Oh, by the way, we didn't let them run the football either. J.K. Dobbins was averaging 9.9 yards a carry. Oh, they're just going to run right over the Steelers. 15 for 44. 2.9 a carry. Get out of here with that. I don't even know why that Charger fans were trying to say silliness like that. They knew better. They knew better. So, bottom line is, great game by the Steelers offense. We always say great game by the defense. This is a good game by the Steelers, a great game by the Steelers offense. Because again, what we wanted to do, run the football, The Chargers said, you're not going to run it on us. And we couldn't. But we were still able to put points on the board. We scored 20 points. Who would have thought? I said it was going to be 20-16, a late field goal. That's not what happened. We get 20 points. Calvin Austin comes up big. Calvin Austin played great. He got his opportunities. 4 for 95, a 55-yard touchdown. George Pickens, 557. Freiermuth, I'd still like to see us do a little bit more over the middle to Freiermuth. I know one got called back, 4 for 33. Here's a person that a lot of people aren't going to talk. I know Scotty Miller had a great catch down the sideline that broke that tackle, but Cordero Patterson, didn't y'all see a little burst, a little extra something from Cordero Patterson today? And if he can be another guy that we can throw the football to, I'll take it. I'll take it because when he catches it, he's like a running back. He's played all those years at running back. But if y'all remember correctly, Cordero Patterson started in the National Football League as a receiver. That's where he started. So I will 100% take it. So, like I said, the Steelers, this is a good win. A good win. 1 week, but good win. We're going to look at the all-22 to see, because it wasn't a perfect football game. Again, our left tackle, we got to get Isaac back. Because it looks like maybe they're going to make a change. Spencer Anderson, just on some of these plays, he just can't play. I'm sorry. I don't want to be Debbie Downer today. This is a good day, but you know me. I'm going to be honest. Spencer Anderson was terrible. And that was not even watching the all-22. He was terrible. They brought in Mason McCormick, was much better. Much better. So I will take that all day long. So, yeah, I just look, the Steelers, they went up against a team that wanted to be physical with them. And for a half, they were. But you got to keep that play going. You got to keep it up. And they were not able to sustain that. What they have, negative 10 yards in the second half? Come on. Come on. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Zach Frazier is a man among Zach Frazier, here's the thing. This is why Pittsburgh Steelers fans get so frustrated. This is why. Think about this for a second. If Nate Herbig doesn't get hurt, Zach Frazier's not even playing right now. Think about that. If Herbig doesn't get hurt, he's the center. Now, some people might say, well, Frazier was going to overtake him. Why? We hadn't seen anything like that. And Frazier wouldn't even be playing right now. Thank goodness. You shouldn't thank goodness somebody got hurt, but thank goodness that Frazier is on the field. Thank goodness he is on the football field because he is, he gets so much. We get so much out of him that we didn't get the last 2 years out of Mason Cole. It's not even funny. It's night and day different. Completely night and day different, people. So I love what I saw. Look, Broderick Jones had his issues early. Went the wrong way one time. Was getting beat inside. He had his issues, but he figured out and ended up getting it together. Now, again, got to see the all-22 to find out exactly what went on, but I'll take it. He looked more aggressive in the run game. So just something to build on. Not saying it's perfect, but it's something to build on. Dan Moore, again, struggled early. Got to get better. Got to get more aggressive. But it's a win. George Pickens, we got to give him the ball more. I think we do. But you know what? We're moving. We're getting the ball and we're spreading it around. That's the thing. And you know that George Pickens is the guy. But Justin Fields, I just can't not continue to talk about what we saw out of Justin Fields. So that was quarterbacking today, people. And know that Tony Romo drives a lot of people nuts. He drives me nuts from time to time too. But what he was saying today, it all made sense. He wasn't lying. He wasn't just, you know, talking about the quarterback just to talk about a quarterback. Great throws, great reads, the progression that he's made. Think about Fields from game 1 against Atlanta to today. And this Chargers defense is head and shoulders better than Atlanta's. So think about what he was from game 1 to today. And maybe today was one of those weeks where he said, you know what? Damn it, this job is mine. And I'm going to win the job. If you're going to take this job from me, you're going to have to take it from me while I'm playing well, which I know you won't do. Well, good for him and good for the Steelers. Good for him and good for the Steelers, damn it, because like I said, everybody, hey, Justin Fields, this is his job. Well, today he earned it. Today he said, you can't have the job back, Russell Wilson. And this is what I was talking about at the very beginning when they brought him in. I preferred Fields. Now, I know people are going to say, sure you did, Big B. No, you didn't. Yada. Y'all can go back and look at all the videos. You can look back at every single one of them. From day one, I said I would prefer Fields to be the starter because if he is and wins the job, he'll be the quarterback for the next decade. I've said that from day one. Now, I don't know that he actually won the job, but my thing was, did he ever really get an opportunity to win it? I don't know that he did. But today, he won the job. However it happened, whatever the case may be, Justin Field, as of today, is the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers moving forward. Now, again, I don't think we need to just go overboard and talk about it. It was one football game. But can't we just be happy? We only play one game at a time. You know what I'm saying? We don't play 5 games in a row. Okay? He played great today. And we can be happy today. So be happy about it today, people. Be happy. And look, and again, you're going to get the people out there that, well, Herbert didn't play. And Herbert didn't play the fourth quarter. And the Steelers had taken over the football game by that time. First of all, the offensive line was being decimated. The Steelers said, you're not going to run it, so you're going to have to throw it to move the football. Oh, by the way, you can't block us. And then their guys started getting hurt, which, again, is unfortunate. But I don't think anybody feels sorry for the Steelers when their right tackle got hurt on Friday and who I believe is going to be out for the year. Nobody feels sorry for us. Technically, our starting quarterback hadn't even played a snap this year. Does anybody feel sorry for us? No. So that's what I'm talking about. The Steelers just physically whipped them. They did. And it was a physical football game. Y'all heard pads popping. You saw people in there just banging. It was a physical football game. No doubt about it. And I think that's the way that we love to win and love to play. But it was a physical football game. But I would say Fields outplayed Herbert. And I know Herbert didn't play the fourth quarter. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. Again, nobody wants anybody to get hurt, but nobody feels sorry for you when your guys get hurt either. Just like nobody feels sorry for us, and nor should they. Nobody should ever feel sorry for anybody. That football injuries are part of it, man. It sucks, but it's part of it. And I just feel like the Steelers they outmanned them. They physically said that's enough. Joey Porter Jr. early in the game got caught by Herbert on that touchdown pass. Looking in the backfield, tried to jump a route, didn't have his responsibilities in the cover 2, left the guy easy. That wasn't Minka's fault. That was Joey Porter Jr. Didn't sink enough. Let the guy catch the ball in front of you. You know where the weak spots are in the cover 2. You can't let go that quick if you're the corner. You just can't. You got to continue to sink. If he throws the ball in front of you, then come up and make the tackle. He didn't. They throw it past him. Touchdown. Joey Porter Jr. comes back later on in the game, makes a big stop in the run game. Does Joey Porter Jr. make that tackle last year? Hell no. Is he that physical in the run game a year ago? Hell no. That was the whole thing about him. He didn't come up and tackle. He wasn't physical. Well, he was pretty damn physical today. I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. Patrick Queen. I know he gave up a pass play. I think he was mad about the call and what the defensive call was, but he gave up a pass play. But he splashed. He was all over the place. Because again, Chargers wanted to run the football. Patrick Queen was around. Elandon Roberts was around. And then old man Cam Hayward. Lo and behold, last week he couldn't be blocked. He was better this week, people. Last week he dominated the football game inside. This week Cam Hayward was even better. He was even better. Old man Cam, you know. And again, if we're going to get that kind of production, look, and I get it. Cam Hayward don't practice till Thursday. Hey, okay. He's 35 years old. Does he need to practice until then? And I think I saw somewhere where Mike Tomlin said, don't even show up. Just come for treatment, and that's it. Don't even show up until Thursday. We'll figure out the rest. Okay. I get it, you know? And as an interior defensive lineman, I mean, I get it. TJ Watt did his thing. Oh, Nick Herbig did his thing. Don't like that Alex Highsmith is out, and it was a growing injury. Maybe he reactivated it. I hope it's not a long time. I do. I hope it's not a long time because you got to have 3 guys to rotate in, usually 4 guys to rotate in on outside linebacker. You need that. Now, the Steelers were able to get away with it in the second half because the Steelers possessed the ball for so long. So guys were fresh. Okay, perfect. But moving forward, you got to have guys be able to rotate in. We'll see what happens there. So we'll see what happens. Calvin Austin, yeah, it was good to see him do his thing. They gave him some opportunities, and he cashed in. Yeah, I just the thing about the Steelers is that you never know is that when they spread the football around, you don't know who can actually make the plays. It's just been so conservative that it's like, okay, well, maybe this guy can't do anything. Maybe this other guy can't do anything. But in an Arthur Smith offense, there's never going to be a dominant guy. Like, he doesn't have just this dominant one guy that you're throwing the ball to that's going to have 135 receptions. It's not what he's going to do, man. He's going to spread it around, equal opportunity, take long drives. Just don't make mistakes with the football. We'll let you throw it, but you got to be smart with where you're going with the football. Don't be reckless with the ball. And today, Justin Fields was not reckless with the football. So we'll see. Is Leal our third edge? I think so, but I'm not sold on that. I'm not sold on that. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe there's another guy. I know we signed Marcus Golden in the offseason. Marcus Golden wasn't in shape. That's the word on the street, that he just wasn't ready to play football. Maybe he'll be ready now. I don't know. If not, we got to figure something out. You know who I wouldn't be opposed to putting on the edge, and I said it a long time ago, is Peyton Wilson. He did it a ton in college. Yeah, he did it a ton in college. I know he's a better inside linebacker. I get that. Got to be a better fit in some run situations. We saw him overrun a couple of plays today. But I wouldn't be opposed if Peyton Wilson was the fourth guy that, we need him on the outside. We'll see. So, yeah, you should. I mean, Jake is saying that the injury shouldn't scare him because of Herbig. Yeah, but again, it was passing situations. You remember this. Alex Highsmith is miles better against the run than Herbig is. Miles better. It's not even in the conversation of how much better that Highsmith is against the run. So you got to remember, they're not just outside pass rushers. That's not all they do. And I'm not saying Herbig's a bad football player. I'm just talking about against the run. Two things can be true. Herbig can be okay against the run. Highsmith is excellent against the run. That is the difference. So that is the difference. Somebody's saying thanks for getting Herbert hurt. Herbert was hurt before he came into the game. So that didn't have anything to do with the Steelers. So, first of all, that's a weird comment to even make. But secondly, yeah, he was hurt coming in. Got a high ankle sprain. That's usually a 3 to 6 week injury. And he played the next week. So we didn't do anything. We played football. There you go. It's the Chargers' fault for not resting Herbert. Yeah, it is. It is. They didn't have to play him this game. They play the Chiefs next week. What's the bigger game? And not to mention, I saw a lot of Chargers fans saying, "Hey man, don't play him this week. Rest him up for next week." And maybe they should have. But Herbert's a tough guy. And let's not kid ourselves. He wasn't playing horrible. He wasn't playing horrible, but the Steelers' pass rush started to get there. When they were no longer able to run the football, then the Steelers started blitzing, and he couldn't get out of the way. So that's we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, good win by the Pittsburgh Steelers today, people. Outstanding team effort. Again, the Chargers are a good football team. They're a good football team. But the one thing that I know, the Steelers are 3-0. So the Steelers are 3-0. So let's go to a comment here. First one, unless we see major regress from Fields, it's his show. Sorry about the injury, Russ, but Justin has won the job, has improved week to week. It looks like he may be the future of this organization. Boom! I don't even think it's in any question. And here, I'll say this. I'll go this far. If Mike Tomlin were to come out and say, well, it was Russell's job beforehand, and I don't give jobs, you don't lose your job to injury, Mike Tomlin should be fired on the spot. Seriously, if that is what he would say, he should be fired on the spot. But he's not going to say that. You don't even have to worry about it, Steeler fans. Don't even go down that road. Mike Tomlin can be a lot of things. Idiot is not one of them. There's no way that he's going to rest his quarterback who's played the entire offseason, the entire preseason, has won you your first 3 games, gotten better each week, and looked outstanding against a really good defense today. You know what? We don't need that guy to play anymore. We're going to give it to a guy who we've barely even seen take any real snaps. All he's taken are preseason snaps, and he didn't look good doing that. That's who we're going to give the job to. Yeah, that's not happening. So that's not happening. So let's see. What else do we got here? Yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day. This is a good win. And it's okay to be happy about the win. It's okay to go overboard. I understand it's just one win. I get it. It's okay. But it's fine to be exuberant. It's fine to say that Fields can be the future. All of that is fine. Now, tomorrow, we got to look at the film. We got to see exactly what's going on. Remember, report cards are coming out tomorrow from Steelers Almighty. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like this video and all other videos so you know exactly when it's coming out. So we'll see exactly what the report card looks like for the Steelers. It looks good right now, but the film doesn't lie. We'll take a look. And then on Tuesday, remember, our scouting, or our not scouting report, but our all 22 film breakdown is coming out on Tuesday. And we break down the offensive line each week. I got a feeling that Spencer Anderson's not going to look good on this tape. I just have that feeling. He didn't look good from what I was seeing. They had even replaced him before the end of the half. I don't know, people. I don't know. We got to get Isaac back as soon as humanly possible. So as soon as possible. Again, as a reminder, remember, Steelers Almighty, if you want your comment or your question put up on the screen, you know how to do that. The super chats are wide open. So feel free. Again, as always, remember to like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave those comments. Steelers Almighty, fastest growing Steelers channel on YouTube right now. So, yes, I'm happy too, man. I am happy too. So, it's hard to win in the NFL. Enjoy every victory. Absolutely. It is hard to win in the NFL. So, you got to enjoy every victory. You got to enjoy every victory. So, does this mean that Calvin Austin III is now wide receiver 2? I think it kind of depends on that, on wide receiver 2. That's a good question, but he doesn't block, and we know that. And we know the Steelers need their wide receivers to block. So I would suspect Roman Wilson comes back next week. So we'll see what that looks like. But the Steelers got production from wide receivers today. George Pickens, Calvin Austin, Scotty Miller, you know, and even Cordell Patterson even. You know, I don't dislike Cordell Patterson out running routes, catching passes. I don't dislike it. Because again, if you all remember, he started his career as a wide receiver. So I don't dislike him. Do you see a scenario barring injury where Russell Wilson becomes the starter? That is the poll question that is in the chat. 80% of you said hell no. 19% said yes. Yeah, I don't see there being a scenario barring an injury where Russell Wilson gets his job back. Or gets the job. I don't see that. Unless I take that back. Unless Fields just stinks it up, which he hasn't, you know. And now everybody that's questioning, and look, you're going to hear this tomorrow from the talking heads. Everybody's going to say that it's Justin Fields' job. Justin Fields' job. The thing about it is you're going to hear it from the same people that were telling you that as soon as Russell Wilson is healthy, this needs to be his job. Mark my word, the Bart Scotts of the world, you know, the Colin Cowherds of the world. You're going to hear it from all of them. All of them. They're going to say, no, Justin Fields, this is his job. And on Friday, they said as soon as Russell Wilson was healthy, this needs to be their job. I mean, I would be willing to bet my life savings that you're going to hear it from at least 5 different analysts that tell you that literally said as soon as Wilson is healthy, this needs to be his job. Stephen A., same thing. Actually, I think Stephen A. was in Fields' corner, you know. So that's all I'm saying, man, is this is his job. He earned the job. I wanted him to win the job. And again, I know some of you are going to say that I'm lying. Go back to the very first video. We started this on April 4th. I've been saying that since then. You can go back to my very first video talking about it. And I said Justin Fields needs to be the quarterback and win the job. And if he wins the job, he will be the Steelers quarterback for the next decade. Well, at this point today, 3 games in, he has won the job. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And Russell Wilson is just going to have to like it. And we'll see what kind of team player that Russell Wilson is. I believe that he is. A lot of people out there don't believe that Russell Wilson is a team player. We're going to find out because he is the backup. He is 100% the backup. And that doesn't mean that this is the end of Russell Wilson's career. That's another topic of conversation because people were saying if he can't win the job, then his career's over. Well, he got hurt and somebody was performing well. He can go somewhere else next year and possibly win a job. Okay, if that's what he wants to do. But moving forward, for now, this is the Steelers' job. Or excuse me, this is Justin Fields' job for the Steelers. Sorry. I'm just excited. I'm excited. Yeah, no reason to even have that discussion. Like I said, we'll find out about Russell Wilson. We'll see what he's got. So, What questions, y'all? Start putting some questions in the chat. I'm going to start coming to you guys. So, oh, yeah. Yeah. LaShawn McCoy hates Fields. He'll still say it's Russ's job. I mean, let me just ask you guys this question. And I respect everybody, but do we take LaShawn McCoy seriously when it comes to this? Because he's one of the guys that played and was a really good football player in the National Football League. And he's one of the guys that are on TV that you can tell his takes are made for television. Like, none of the stuff that he says is stuff that people that have played would say. So I don't take what he says seriously. And again, great football player, should probably be in the Hall of Fame one day. I just don't take it serious. That's all. I just don't take it serious. What do we got here? Just keep Russ as a backup. You never know. We might need them late. I mean, they're not trading Russell. I mean, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be the backup. I mean, he's not going anywhere. We're paying that guy, what, $1.5 million? Of course he's going to be the backup. Oh, and by the way, does Pittsburgh Steelers, does their wide receiver or their quarterback room, does it turn into one of the best in the league? I'm just asking questions. You know, if Justin Fields is going to continue to play this way and his backup is Russell Wilson, did the Steelers quarterback room just turn into one of the best in the league? I mean, again, you can say it's just one game, B. You need to calm down. You're right. It is one game, but we've won 3 in a row. Our quarterback hasn't played bad in any of those games. And even last week, when we only scored 13 points, Justin Fields was good in that game. Penalties are what derail drives. He was good in that game. Great today. I'll just ask this question. Y'all can answer in the chat. Fields continues to play this way with Russell Wilson being his backup. Do the Steelers have the best quarterback room in the National Football League? I just throw that out there. So, do you think Najee is earning his next contract so far? Yeah, you think so? I think so too. I think what they're asking Najee Harris to do, he's doing. He's picking up blitzes in the passing game. He's running hard, even when there's not a whole lot there. He's running hard. Remember when Najee was trying to bounce everything outside? And Najee is not that guy. He doesn't have the lateral quickness. And now he's not doing that. They've gotten to him and say, hey, man, don't do that. Just run hard downhill. If it's only 1 yard, it's 1 yard. If it's no yards, it's no yards. But don't try to run outside of people. You're not going to beat anybody to the corner. So stop trying to beat everybody to the corner and just run downhill and get what you get. Eventually, it'll start paying off. And that's what happened in the game today. You know? So, any room that has Patrick Mahomes is the best QB room. I don't like that comment. I don't like it. I don't like it. I get it. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. But Carson Wentz is his backup? I get the premise, though. I do get the premise. I get it. Patrick Mahomes is that much better than everybody else. Maybe I'm just getting too excited. I get it. So, always love Najee. We need him to bruise up the opposing defenses. Yeah. And think how much better the run game can, if he's healthy, will be once we get Isaac Seumalo back. Just think how much more physical we'll be in the run game. Because we're doing this with a guy that he doesn't deserve to be out there. And if Isaac's not back next week, expect us to have a new starting left guard next week. It'll be McCormick. It 100%. Just from what I've seen, what I saw again today, what we've seen through the first 3 games, they got to put McCormick out there. They have to. I thought they should have done it at the very beginning just because he's nastier than Anderson. So, But we got to see him today. Like I said, Mason McCormick, it's good for him. It's good for him. And he was out there. They were running a lot of extra linemen. Y'all saw he came into the game and was playing like an extra tight end because remember today we didn't have Pruitt. Pruitt was out. So I like that approach. They still went 13 personnel. They just used him on the wing. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Good for him, man. Yeah, McCormick played a ton in the second half. And I suspect, again, it may depend. If Pruitt's not back, then maybe they keep him right where he is because at the point of attack, he's a better blocker. I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. But personally, I would like to see him be the starting left guard over Anderson. I think he's better. So, how do you think Broderick played? He struggled early. Broderick struggled early, but I think he got it together. Not I think. I know he got it together. He struggled early, went the wrong way a couple times. Guys were beating him inside when he's supposed to cut people off. He struggled early. But then as the game went on, he figured some stuff out. So we'll watch. We'll watch, and I will have the all 22 all broken down on Tuesday for you guys. And we'll have our report card tomorrow on how everybody did. I can tell you right now, the quarterback is an A. I don't have to look at no film. I don't need to look at anything to tell you that the quarterbacks get an A tomorrow. That much I can tell you for absolute fact. Don't need to look at anything. They get an A. So Herbig is a beast. Yes, he is. So they were doing their thing today. The defense got after him. They said, you are not going to run this football. I don't know who the hell you guys think you are running, averaging a guy, J.K. Dobbins averaging 9.9 yards a carry. Come on. And some people thought, yeah, they're going to be able to run it on the Steelers. Well, no, they couldn't. No, they could not. Because, again, you all can see it. I'll bring it up. They averaged 3.1 yards a rush. They ran it 20 times for 61 yards. Give me a break. Dobbins, 15 for 44, 2.9 a carry. Give me a break. So, no. The Steelers weren't that much better, and a lot of it came late in the game when the game was decided, but those yards still count. They were 31 carries for 114, 3.7 a carry, and a touch by Fields. That counts. So, all I know, negative 10 yards in the second half. That's what the Steelers defense did. They gave up, it was negative 10 yards to the Chargers in the second half, which is incredible. And don't you start, people. Don't you start and say that Herbert didn't play. Herbert didn't play in the fourth quarter. You're right. They had 10 yards before he went out of the game in the second half. And he played the whole third quarter. So don't give me no nonsense about Herbert wasn't out there. They had a whopping 10 yards in the third quarter. So that's what I know. So, yeah, this is a good day, people. This is a good day. The Steelers played good. Justin Fields solidified himself as the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The offensive line battled their ass off against a really talented front. Didn't run for a ton of yards, but they battled. The receiving corps, again, stepped up, made some plays when they needed to make some plays. Got to be happy for Calvin Austin III. Stepping up, making a play. Big play. That was a big-time throw, though. Lord have mercy, that was a big-time throw. And then our defense. I don't know what else to say. I mean, at some point, they're going to give the defense credit because remember, Atlanta, Kirk Cousins look rusty. They don't have a good offense, which is not true because they do have a good offensive line. Cousins is more than capable as a quarterback. They have a good offensive weapons in Drake London and Bijan Robinson's a top 5 back. So that just wasn't true what they were saying about Atlanta. But of course, the Steelers shut them down. Hey, they must not be very good. Broncos, not very good. I don't know if anybody saw, but I think the Broncos, I want to say they put up 27 points against the Buccaneers. I want to say that. 26 points, excuse me, on the road. They go to Tampa and they scored 26 points against the Buccaneers. Now, maybe they're not good. Maybe they're not great. I don't know. But their quarterback threw for 216 yards. They ran for another 136 yards against Tampa. And Tampa, the last time I checked, had a fairly good defense. But hey, the Steelers shut him down. He's a rookie. They're not very good. They're limited offensively. Didn't have anything to do with the Steelers limiting them offensively. But hey, they shut him down. Well, what was the excuse today? And we're going to hear them. Well, a bunch of guys got hurt. Herbert was hurt coming into the game. And it never stops. It never stops. How about we just say, you know what? The Steelers defense at this particular moment is the best defense in the National Football League, and they're playing like it. How about we just say that? Everybody knew that they were going to be a top 10 defense if healthy coming into the season. We knew that. Oh, they're even better than advertised. Oh, okay. Well, maybe we should just give them credit. And some will, and then some won't. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because that's going to be the case, people. That's going to be the case. So we're not going to get the credit. But you know what? It is what it is. We don't need the credit. If you don't want it, just let us continue to just dominate teams and call us what you want. Call us what you want. But I just think the funny thing that you're going to hear, the Colin Cowherds, the Bart Scotts, I don't think Stephen A, even Uncle Shanashar, even Unc, that you're going to hear all this chitter chatter about how Justin Fields, he's got to have the job. This has got to be his job. When literally on Friday, they were all saying as soon as Russell Wilson is healthy, he needs to be the starter. I'm telling you, you heard it here first. I'm telling you, and I get it. Hey, it makes good TV. That's why they do it. But us fans, us real fans, we know. We're just not going to listen, man. We're just not going to listen to it. So Herbig was a beast today. Yeah, he was. Ooh, y'all answered this poll question is who is our most troublesome injury? Troy Fautanu is 46%, Alex Highsmith 30%, Isaac 23%, Roman Wilson 0%. Isaac should even be 23 because I think Isaac's going to be back in the next week or two. Highsmith, yeah, first of all, I think Fautanu's not playing anymore. That's my personal opinion. And the reason that I believe that is because remember when he got hurt earlier? They didn't put him on the IR then, and it went from tweaking something to on the IR. I think for Troy Fautanu is going to be out for the year. So just get used to it. Understand it'll probably come out on Tuesday that he's going to be out for the year because they're going to be asked what the extent of the injury is. And Mike Tomlin at that time will tell us he'll be out for the rest of the season. So because there's no reason to not say that at that point. It's not a week-to-week thing or anything. Like, for instance, Isaac didn't go on the IR for 4 weeks, did he? Sometimes you got to read between the lines on what the Steelers do and what they don't do. Isaac didn't go, even though they said it, hey, he's going to be out a month. He never went on the IR. Troy did. That's the big difference. So I think he'll be out the rest of the year. We just got to deal with that. It is what it is. The one that really is bothersome, not that one isn't, and all injuries are bothersome. Alex Highsmith, he's so good against the run. He's been playing outstanding football. That one is worrisome to me. I think that one's even more worrisome because we can be concerned about Broderick Jones, but that Broderick Jones is least capable because we've seen it. Herbig's never played those many snaps before, and he's not as good against the run. So, but he's about to get his chance, it sounds like. So maybe he proves me wrong. or not necessarily proves me wrong. He just proves that he's better against the run. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I would rather get the W than credit from a bunch of has-beens. I don't know what that means. Maybe you're talking. I was talking about those guys, those analysts. I'm not sure. So, so yeah. And in the chat, you'll see, man, any supers, Venmo, or Cash Apps, all of that stuff help us keeps on creating this stuff for you guys, man. So we appreciate it. Anything that you can or choose to send. If you like what we're doing here, and we would appreciate anything that you guys chose to do to help support the channel. So you can find all that stuff on there. What's going on, Steelers family? What is happening? So, yeah, it's a good day today. It's a good win. It's a good win. We can't knock it. Anybody trying to knock it is being ridiculous. Was it perfect? No. But is anything ever perfect? No. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. We won the game and we look good. And we may have found our quarterback for the next decade. It's just one game. Just one game. But if anybody can name a game in 3 games where Justin Fields played bad, tell me. Just point it out. Point it out. So that's all I'm saying. What game has Fields played bad? Because the answer to that is none. But you can point to the games that he's played good. You can say that. And today wasn't a good day. Today was an outstanding game. So who do you think our best O-lineman is? Frazier? Probably at this point. Frazier. I'll have to see what James Daniels did. James Daniels was really good last week in the run, but he was bad pass blocking. And Dan Moore Jr. has been good. Dan Moore Jr. has been good. On the Fields touchdown, Dan Moore Jr. drove a guy, just washed him down like 4 yards. I know that we don't want to give Dan Moore Jr. credit because of how he's played the last 3 years. At some point, you just got to say, you know what? That was the last 3 years. This year, right now, he's played good. Now, again, I'll need to go look at the film on how he played. But as of right this second, yeah, Dan Moore Jr. was good. He was really good. First 2 games of the year. So we'll see. So Cleveland lost. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Deshaun Watson can't play football anymore, people. I'm sorry. He just can't play football anymore. So it is what it is. So it is what it is. Justin Fields can make up for the Kenny Pickett draft. Yeah. The only thing he can't make up is we didn't get a different player at number 20, which is what we should have done to begin with, because there are so many of us. I won't even take credit for that. There's so many of us out there that did not want the Steelers to draft Kenny Pickett. So many of us out there that knew, that were screaming, this is not a first-round quarterback. We don't need to panic. And it is what it is. It is what it is. So, well, look, man, we're going to shut this one down for today. I appreciate everybody being in here. Again, as always, remember, subscribe, like, follow, leave comments, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. And if you want to continue to help support Steelers Almighty, look, we're an up-and-coming channel. We just started on April 4th of this year. We're on our way to 3,000 subscribers. We're moving. We're moving in the right direction. It's all because of you guys, man. So, again, you want to help continue support the channel. We have the super chats that you can put in now or anytime in any video. We also have Venmo. We also have Cash App, all that good stuff, man. We're not trying to be greedy or silly, but at the same time, we would love any support that we can get, man. So we appreciate it. We will keep putting these things out to you guys. All right. So we're 3-0. That's the one thing I know. We're 3-0, and it looks like we found our quarterback. How does it get better? You beat a really good team at the home opener. You're now 3-0, and it looks like you could possibly have found your quarterback for the next decade. I'm just saying, people. I'm just saying. It's a good day to be a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, man. I love it. I love you guys. Thanks for all the support. I will talk to you again soon. Remember, report card coming out tomorrow. I'll give you a list. Report card coming out tomorrow. Tuesday, all 22. Wednesday, we got the podcast. And then Friday, we got the scouting report for the next week against the Colts. So appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Aloha.